Back, everybody, to session 38 of my Pillars of Eternity Lorethrough. Sorry, I got distracted there for a second because of the thin gray bar at the top of all these portraits, but it's just because everybody is fatigued right now after we crossed that rope last session. Last session we infiltrated and destroyed the Scanite cultists that are down below Deerford Village. We freed Elise. And we still have to go and talk to her uncle, who said that it was her father. Her uncle impregnated her, probably forcefully. And then we have to tell the farmer that we dealt with the ogre, I guess. Yeah, he might not be happy with us because we didn't actually kill the ogre, though. Oh, is there anything else that we need to do? I think that was everything.
Next time we get the chance, I'm buying you a pint. That means a lot, Adair. Oh, do you want one too? Sorry, I meant for Isilmir. I'll get you one too.
Poor Aloth. Everybody likes Isilmir better than him.
Greetings.
Yeah, and we also got the dragon egg for Hindina. Found the dragon egg. Hylia's feathered tits. She slaps her hands together, wincing at the pain. How'd you manage that? I found the nest you spoke of. Hope those worms didn't give you too much trouble. Let's see her then. She cradles the egg with her good arm. Amazing, not a single crack. She runs her bandaged hand across the shell. You lost the dragon egg? She hefts the egg back into the back of her wagon and rummages among the shelves. Here, take this. She drops a stack of coins and a parcel of ingredients in your hands. Everything you need to brew a good, strong pick-me-up. Should come in handy with the kind of scrapes you seem to get into. She leans closer. You can come see me anytime you need potions or ingredients, alright? I got a special price for friends. She winks. You got 600 copper, some experience. Oh, we also got emerald, river reed, ogre blood. Let's go tell the farmer about the pigs first, or about the ogre, I mean.
Hail, traveler.
Any sign of that ogre? Or its head? I convinced the monster to leave. You won't be seeing him again. He balls his hands into two shaking fists. His face starts to redden. But that's... Son of an Orlan whore. That thing devoured my entire herd. I wanted it dead, and I wanted to mount his head on a pike. Here, perhaps this will make up for the loss of your pigs. Give him 400 copper pawns. His mouth falls open. You do that for me? I don't know what to say. He snaps his fingers. Wait right there. He darts into the house and returns with a blunderbuss in his hands. I call it Lead Spitter. It belonged to my father and served me in the Saints' War. It's old, but sturdy, and it packs a real punch. Should be more useful to someone like yourself these days. So we got Lead Spitter, and we lost 400 copper. I think that's a good trade right there. And now, to get back the business of rebuilding my herd. Only... He takes one of the pigs and gives it a quick examination. This run's still looking too small. I don't expect to get any good litters out of it, and I'd just as soon not have it weaken the rest of my stock. Why don't you take it? Gives me one less mouth to feed anyway. The piglet trots over to you, its pink snout wiggling. We have a pet pig now as well. This young pig is roughly the size of a small dog. It half trots, half runs at your side in an effort to keep pace and snorts appreciatively when its flanks are scratched. Alright, so this is Lead Spitter. Harried by persistent thieves, the merchant Breton had this hefty blunderbuss forged as a means of protecting his wares. The gun proved as indiscriminately lethal as the dwarf's temper, firing a destructive hail of iron that made short and messy work of anyone who dared creep up on his wagons during the night. Beredin was very pleased with the weapon's performance, as were the brigands who eventually robbed him of it. Okay. Does Kana, can he use blunderbusses? Well, pistol and blunderbuss. So which better for him? Right now, he has a unique pistol. 29 to 40 pierce damage. And the blunderbuss is 9 to 13. Wow. Why is that pistol so strong? Okay. Guess we'll keep the pistol on him. Let's go check at the Abbey to see if Elise made it. Hope she didn't get, like, captured by her uncle or anything. Yeah, she's not here. Alright, back to the inn now. What? Lord Heron is resting upstairs. Okay. Jerk.
What are you doing up here? Unless... Have you news of my daughter? I've got to get her out of this wretched village.
I apologize. I don't know how that's going to sound on the recording, but his voice is, the voice recording here is very stuttery. I don't know why it's like that. Found Elise.
My daughter? Is she safe?
I'm going to say she's dead, so he doesn't go looking for her.
That can't be. What happened?
You can't get to her now, and that's what matters.
I don't know what you're referring to, but I've heard enough already. Take this, and let's put this unpleasantness behind us.
Not so fast. If I'm going to forfeit the pleasure of burning a knife in your gut, I expect better compensation. It's not very like Bjarter, but this guy deserves it.
Very well. Now, I really must get back on the road.
Okay, so Lord Heron is gone. Deerford is free of that jerk. And hopefully Elise is safe. The Weaver's Song has been completed by Pallegina. She found surprising resistance to inquiries regarding the whereabouts of Bonacetta. Whoever had taken her wanted to keep her location a secret. At the behest of the Duchess of Sperento, a team of Valian cryptographers attempted to decipher the fragments of Bonacetta's weaving messages. In turn, they communicated those leads to Pallegina. After several brutal fights against well-trained mercenaries, Pallegina reached Bonacetta's prison, a weaving house near Girara. A Valian textile company that had abducted her was immediately cast out of all the Valian republics, great and small. In thanks for saving her, Bonacetta wove a enchanted cloak for Pallegina's journey back to Cadnua. It says 2 minor items. What else did I get? Cloak of Comfort. +5 to all defenses, max endurance, and +3 damage reduction. This fine cloak was a gift from the Spirentan weaver, Bonacetta. It was given to you for thanks for your assistance in rescuing her from a ruthless Valian trading company that abducted and enslaved her. Let me make sure it's completed in 24 hours, okay? Alright, so let's take a look at our reputation here. We are very benevolent and honest. We are a hero in Defiance Bay, a champion in Gilded Vale, a hero in Deerford Village, a champion to the Knights of the Crucible, and troublemaker to the dozens in Terror to House Dominella. So Deerford likes us. Probably because we got rid of that jerk. Ooh. Didn't see this before.
Now this I haven't seen before.
It is not stealing. This is a Guildmaster's staff. This staff is topped by an emerald green orb between two wing-like protrusions. The long, slender staff is banded and reinforced with gold castings. Let's give that to Durance. Take the rest of the inn here.
Gods keep you.
See what rooms you have. Make sure you close your window if you're on the side facing Tyrgul's shop. Doesn't seem to know that Tyrgul is dead. Ooh, I like this one, Dragon's Lair. Oh, Worm, Drake, Dragon. Nice. I don't know. Oh, next time I see that, I should go see what's up with that.
Greetings.
Does he have... Yes, he does have camping supplies, so let's buy a couple of those. Also sell him all the stuff I have in my stash. But hey, I appreciate it.
This elder of yours, he may have returned a drunk or an invalid.
Maybe. But the search for Persoq is just as important as what I find.
Is that right? And what if you return empty-handed, huh?
I never return empty-handed.
Alright, so that little conversation there between Sagani and Durance means it's confession time. I looked up where to find this person that Sagani is looking for. I'm glad I did, because it is to an area south of Woodend Plains. So I guess I never went to Woodend Plains. I guess I never went out the south exit there. So I may never have found that if I didn't look it up. So I think that's where I want to go first. Yeah. Surprised I never went down south. I usually at least check. I wonder if any of my bounties are in this area. Also, I want to see... So that cloak I think that I just got from... Where did that go? I don't know where that cloak went that I got from Palagina's quest, where any of those things went, actually. I wonder if they keep them somewhere at the keep. That might be the case. Alright. And there it is, Searing Falls. Curio shop construction completed. Yay! Okay. Moving on to the Artificer's shop. Alright, time to explore Searing Falls. Whoa. Got a drake.
Stand still!
Some Zorps, Flame Blight. Uh-oh. Okay.
Mow it!
Oh, the Drake's fighting for us now. Take it. And a young Drake. Something's going on with Bjarter. Oh, he's frightened. Okay. There we go. The Drake was fighting for me.
Stand still!
It was kind of annoying to see everything in this brightness. I had no idea where the enemies were actually standing. Okay, so we've seen that. We haven't seen Primal Flame. This bright little flame leaps and sparks with magical energy. At least I don't think we've seen that. We've seen Zorp tongues. We haven't seen Drake talons. Sickle-shaped and impressively sharp, this talon was removed from the slain body of a Drake. So now that we've... Well, let's loot everything first. Oh. Okay, so now that we've actually fought a Drake, let's read the bestiary entry for a Drake. Drakes represent the middle stage of a dragon's life cycle, so first worm, then Drake. They have developed from worms, but have not reached and may never reach the dragon stage. Drakes will aggressively defend their territory and seek to expand it as much as possible. Drakes are actively hostile against other drakes, who represent competition for scarce resources. Their coloration reflects the territory they have claimed. A drake living in a swamp, for instance, may be shades of green, brown, and black, and possess nictitating membranes, a flat snout, and raised nostrils. While all drakes can breathe fire, many also develop alternate breath attacks incorporating other elements. So interestingly here, the drakes kind of take on the features of wherever it is they have decided to stay. And as we learned when we read about the worms, in order to grow out of being a worm, they kind of have to find their own place, and they have to stake their own claim somewhere, because if it's already taken by a dragon, then the dragon will obviously kill them. So some worms just stay in packs for their whole lives. Some of them are promoted to drakes where they grow a little bit, but very few actually take on the to actually become dragons, which means that they have staked claim to a place and probably have been there for a very long time as well. So this drake here was just defending his property, I'm sure. There was also a young drake. I don't think, let's see if it says anything. Yeah, it's the same thing for a young drake. And it says that they it says drakes are actively hostile against other drakes, so I wonder why a drake and a young drake were in the same area like this. I wonder if they were fighting it out or something like that. I'm not sure. But it's also very appropriate that Zorps are here. Zorps worship dragons, as we learned when we read about that ages ago. And they often have like camps that are made of dragon bones and those kinds of things from the dragons that they worship.
All right, then.
Remember to make sure I look on all the edges of the map so I don't miss anything else. Here's a Zorp. This I love this effect here of these some kind of geysers or something. High priest, 2 high priests. Still not much rest though. The tunnel burrows into the depths as far as the eye can see. The crystal waters are perfectly transparent. And another drake. I thought they were supposed to be fighting each other.
Can't get a good shot.
Is it coming over? Nope.
All right, then.
So, a lot of drakes and young drakes in here. I wonder...
That's not very.
Oh, I also want to take a look at this. So, it said that they often take on the traits of whatever area they live in, and we can see the kind of stone scales that are coming off of them here. I wonder if that's in response to these geysers right here, if it's kind of like a rocky terrain.
Helpful? That's not very helpful.
Probably good that we didn't find this place earlier, because I feel like this would have been very difficult to make our way through when we actually found Sagani. Zorp champion.
You're not getting through me.
But yeah, I think I was saying, I wonder if there is some reason why the drakes are working together in this area. Anything over here? Yep, Pearlwood Bluff. Is that a cave?
How may I help?
You're not getting through me.
Look how they die. Fly up there.
Of course.
Can't read that. looks like we mapped it out. Let's try this cave over here. Ah, this is the cave from Fergus' vision. And we have to find the token of Magran. This is Searing Falls cave.
Whew. This is not my ideal climate.
Especially since she's from far south where it's very cold, just like Bjartur. Rippling waves of heat rise.
This is important!
Leave it to me! Of course.
Here. Let's rest then. No reason to rest here, just we got camping supplies there, so why not? Rippling waves of heat rise. Oops, wrong one. This looks like a big area. Kale the Silent. So this is a drake, not a dragon. And we see here, first of all, it's named. Second, we see it has taken on the look of the lava that surrounds it. The drake cocks its enormous head, looking at you. It issues a stream of words directly into your mind. Glowing, burning, spark. You, Elfling. You come to take my spark, yes? What's the spark? The drake coils its body protectively around something. Spark is an ember, warm, glowing, beautiful. It turns its head to look at you out of one slit of its pupil. One day I will become a burning thing, bright and terrible like my spark. I promise I didn't come to take your spark, although maybe I did. Liar! The drake roars. You come to steal it with your cold, dirty paws. Yeah, I didn't think anything was going to happen there. Okay. Let's fight a full-grown drake. Immune to dragon breath, frightened, ground stuck, and terrified. Well, I'm gonna start attacking him, but then everything else will surround us. Go do more afterwards. Oh, Durance is gonna go down like right away.
Good shot.
Just want to be able to survive for a little bit.
I'm here.
Mow it. Paralysis!
Lava ruby. Lava ruby.
Can't see here because this Drake is in front of the screen. I think I can stun him. It's resistant. Well, let's give it a try. Oh. Okay. Just us and the Drake.
That's
Can't get a good shot. No! Can't get a good shot with this.
that's
Yes?
And there it goes. So Kale the Silent is dead. This is the burning stone. A bright orange light blazes from the center of the stone. It radiates intense heat, yet it doesn't burn your hands as you hold it. On the ground where the dragon had curled around it, you find a stone that glows a brilliant orange, yet is cool to the touch when you retrieve it. Durrance catches a glimpse of it, and his eyes bulge out of their sockets. He scowls, his mouth puckered as though having tasted poison, and he spits on the stony ground. A whore's cruel jest. The bitch has always known where to sink her claws to get a rise out of me. What do you mean? This stone you carry, this is part of the bomb that destroyed Aethus, the God Hammer. Oh, wow, okay. What's it doing here? One wonders. The bomb blew big, but it would not have sent fragments this far from the Citadel. The Drake must have carried it quite a distance, or Margaret merely put it here herself. You seem angry. For the first time, Durrance seems to become aware of his demeanor, and as quickly as it had flared, it seems to recede, until you start to question whether he had been angry at all. No, it is not anger you see. I am merely the victim of a divine practical joke, it seems. That will remain between she and I, Watcher, for only I am able to appreciate it. Should I ask him to tell us about the God Hammer? I mean, we know enough about it. Let's bring it back to Firga. You catch Durrance scowling once more out of the corner of your eye, but he says nothing else. Okay, so, yeah, Firga is the priestess of Magrin that couldn't keep the fires lit.
All right, then.
And this stone...
Durrance! He's not moving.
That is quite the trap. That's the second time that one's happened to me. The wooden charm belt. This thin, lightweight loop of tanned leather has a small metal buckle bearing an engraving of a stag's head and star, the symbol of a free platinum of deerwood. Apart from declaring the wearer's loyalties, the belt carries a charm which grants fleeter passage over terrain. It is unclear if this charm persists beyond the boundaries of the deerwood. It's just movement speed. Okay, so we are done. Oops. We're done here. Probably should take a rest because Durance. I don't think we really needed a fire here. Pearlwood Bluffs. Addendum added the long hunt. I've come to Pearlwood Bluff, which reminds me of the vision I had of Persoq. I'll have to keep my eyes out for signs of him here.
Do these look like the cliffs from your vision?
Yes, Sagani. Yes, they do. Zorps working together with a forest like that, huh?
Get on!
Leave it to me!
All right, then.
I wonder what these paths are here. Very strange. Click what we're looking, we see. Saw in my vision, Persoq. Pugra and a Menpugra. Some drakes. Endurance.
That's it! This isn't working!
Okay. Let's go. Just so many things here that I guess this fighting system is not really this many things on the screen at the same time. It's so hard to tell what's what. So hard to tell what's left.
Careful, they're getting our number!
I've seen red now!
Stops that from happening.
Leave it!
Quite the random fight in the middle of nowhere. Awakened Audra. A vibrantly hued piece of Audra, still humming with energy. So does that mean there is a soul trapped in there?
Of course.
Dead adventure. Oop. In the bay below, waves roll toward Defiance Bay.
That's it!
These guys are immune to disease, ground, sick and stuck. Okay, so let's do this. That's right, I wanted to look at Menhugra. I wonder if it just means it's in the shape of a man? I don't know. Didn't have anything new in that bestiary entry.
Of course.
And look at this. As you reach the edge of the bluff, you recognize the exact location from your vision of Persoq. He was here not long ago. Sagani stands alert, the Audra statuette in one hand while she scans the cliff. You close your eyes, feeling the ether for some trace of Persoq's presence. The darkness behind your eyelids takes shape. You feel Persoq running through the forest this time, hurtling and dashing around rocks and trees. The scenery whizzes by too fast. You can't make out the details between the blurred greenery. Something looms out of the trees ahead of you. Persoq finally stops in front of an Audra arch. Examine your surroundings. The soil is soft and moist, and riverweed grows around you. You must be close to a body of fresh water. Inspect the arch. You remember hearing about this place. Supposedly there's a row of Audra pillars nearby. Do you recognize the natural arch made of Audra? You got something like that out near Glanfath, across the water from Twin Elms. I know where to look next for Persoq.
Then I'll follow. In these visions, I don't suppose you're getting a sense for who Persoq is now.
Someone who appreciates the scenery. Knowing that I'm from the White That Wins, Sagani chuckles. Nothing against these stuffy forests, but they don't compare to the southern lights over the tundra, do they?
At least we're getting closer. Seems like we've made more progress together than I've made in a year.
What was he like?
That depends on who you ask. I talked to everyone in Masuk before I left. I heard he was a strong leader, a dependable builder, a caring grandfather, a wise elder, a generous neighbor, a cunning negotiator.
Might as well be one of these impossibly perfect heroes from the Adir epics. He was probably all of those things at different times.
The odd thing is, many in Masuk weren't much older than me when Persoq passed. And yet everyone wanted to make sure he heard about something in particular. Our trade with the Amawa, our successful hunts, peace with neighboring villages.
She kicks another pebble off the ledge. Itumak follows its arc, his ears forward. Persoq accomplished a lot that affected all of Masuk.
It just seems odd that so few of us remember him beyond the things he did for the village. Most of his family members, the ones who knew him, are in their twilight years now. And Persoq was too busy to spend much time with his younger relatives.
Itmak yawns and impatiently nuzzles her hand. He changed your village. It's worth remembering.
Perhaps you're right. Anyway, what about this Theos character you're searching for? Seems like he was someone important to you. What do you remember about him?
An impressive beard. I think he was an authority figure of some kind.
Not a lot to go on, huh? Hopefully you can pick up a few more clues about him while we're running around.
Enough chatter from me, or Persoq will find himself a new body before we even get to this one. Let's go. Find the Adra Arch in the woods. A lively breeze ruffles your clothes as you approach the edge of the bluff. A cave mouth yawns from the cliff face. It's only a dozen feet below your position, but the weathered rock is too smooth to scale. A rock perches near the precipice. It feels like a sturdy anchor. I do want to go down there with my rope and grappling hook, but right now I'm just going to leave until we fully map out Pearlwood Bluff here, and then we'll come back to that. Nothing else down here. Okay, so Pearlwood Bluff is mapped out. It is really beautiful looking right there. Oh, the archer's hurting before we go down here. Unless maybe we'll be exhausted before we go down here, so maybe I'll take a rest when we get down there. You fasten your rope to the rock and descend. Suddenly a strong gust of wind whips along the bay. You struggle to hold on to the rope as the breeze tosses you around. The wind picks up and knocks Kana into the wall. Kana loses hold of the rope and begins to plummet. Without hesitation, Aloth reaches out and grabs Kana. The weight wrenches Aloth's shoulder but saves Kana from certain death. Moments later, the gale subsides, and you make your way to the mouth of the cave. So, that was a good thing I waited to rest here, because a dare has a wrenched shoulder. That's a little glitch right there. It said that Aloth reached out for him, which didn't seem to me very likely, but apparently it was a dare that reached out to Kana. But either way, we are going to take a rest now. A wanted criminal by the name of Nairi the Deft Hand has arrived at the stronghold. I feel like he's been here before. It's in Palagina. Okay. So everybody's looking good. Let's explore this cave, which is called Cave. Undead in here. I guess we could call them vessels. Why is this happening? I'll stop complaining. Not dark. These ones, for some reason, seem much more difficult. I don't know why. No. No, no, no.
Leave it to me!
turned out okay there.
All right, then.
Ring of the Salonin. Only usable by wizard. Gives me more spell uses. 2 centuries after Telda forged a ring extending her spellcasting powers, a wizard of the Valian Republic sought to improve upon her design. Almert of Salona was never known for particularly original scholarship or spellcraft, and many of his peers accused him of outright plagiarism. It's widely held that this is the reason he never received much credit for this ring, the one truly remarkable achievement of his career. Okay, so I don't forget to put that on him. This ring, which I think is the area of effect. Yeah, I'm going to give that to Durance. Oh, he's already got one. Well, guess I'll not give it to anybody. Alright, short cave there. Alright, let's just head back to Defiance Bay to give Firga her stone that she needs for the fires. Artificer's Hall is completed. We only have one more. I wonder why this escort takes like a week. I believe the botanical garden is the last thing. Firga.
Well met, friend.
Present the burning stone. I journeyed to Searing Falls myself. This is what I found there. She takes the stone in her hands and gasps, "By the flame, do you know what this is?" It's a fragment of the Godhammer bomb. Yes, she turns it in her hands. The very weapon that Mogren herself helped us build to defeat the Widewind in the Saints' War. She turns the stone in her hands, gazing into its bright glow. It's weird, Adair says, seeing it right in front of you like that. Before it was just stories. Never seemed real. Firga. Yet her mouth twists into a frown, and the orange light carves deep shadows across her face. So why don't I feel any differently? What good does this do? Her knuckles whiten as she tightens her fingers around the stone. These two seem kind of critical of her. She entrusted the Godhammer to her followers. Perhaps she's trusting them again to end the legacy. Transformation through trial. She turns the stone in her hands. It isn't an easy answer, but I would expect no less from my goddess. This woman hasn't been tried at all. Would that we were alone, I would take it upon myself to instill real transformation. Firga. As she looks at the statue, a flame springs from its raised hand. One of the things I have always loved about Mogren is her affinity for fire, how it grows and spreads. You feel the warmth and the fire rippling across the room. You've given me what I need. I'll make sure to give the people of Defiance Bay the support they need. Now, let me give you something you might need. She disappears, returning quickly with something in her hands. A weapon worthy of the goddess herself. Please accept it as thanks for your service to Mogren. And to me. Thank you. Farewell. I got Unforgiven. Whoa, this is nasty. A unique flail. The origin of this item is a point of contention among the followers of Aethys and Woodica. Aethasians claim that their priests had it commissioned in the early aftermath of the Saints' War in hopes that it would coax their god back into the world to finish what he started. Woodikins, on the other hand, claim that the item is older than that, an instrument of retribution against oathbreakers, originally employed by the Steel Garrote, an order of the Woodikin paladins devoted to the enforcement of oaths and contracts, often in mirthless fashion. The flail itself is unique in that the spiked ball at its end was fashioned out of an incense burner, and when it sees vigorous use, the smell of incense blankets the area. Its reputation has led to a handful of notable deceptions whereby people who defied their agreements were frightened into honoring them when the smell of incense was introduced into their negotiation room or bedchamber. This is an exceptional weapon, and I've been thinking about giving Adair the not ability to use flails. What? Oh, he doesn't have anything like that. So Kana has weapon focus ruffian. Okay, so it gives them better accuracy with weapons. And okay, so Adair doesn't have anything like that. So maybe I'll give him this flail. Where'd it go? There it is. That thing looks pretty nasty. Okay. Man, why am I losing so much bandits? My security is so high. Okay. That's going to do it for this session, I think. We finally explored Searing Falls and Pearlwood Bluff and found where at least Persoq had been in Pearlwood Bluff. We fought Kale the Silent, a large drake, not yet a dragon, but a large drake, and we got a piece of the Godhammer bomb for Firga here, who used it to light the flame that you see burning now in the hand of the statue of, I don't know if it's supposed to be Mogren or a follower of Mogren or whatever. But yeah, so thank you for joining me. As always, I'd love to hear from you guys, what you think, any questions you have, all those kinds of things. And I hope to see you again for session 38. Bye, everybody.